What's good, y'all? Welcome to another video. This video I'm trying to show y'all my weekly analysis for the upcoming week. So we had July 4th yesterday, and then on Thursday there was NFP and everything. So I don't know what this candle is here, but that's not part of, the price action for last week. All right, cool. So going into this week, we can see that price expanded last week and closed above the previous high. So that's already giving us a bullish bias, right? In terms of where we can trade to, from the low of the week, all sorts, the high of the week. For the high of the week, I'm looking at this wick right here. This wick. So the midpoint of that wick right there, that's the 10th of February, 25th, 2025. As well as this wick right here, the 27th of January. So obviously this is the stock market, so we're expecting new all-time highs, right? But at the same time, price doesn't just run over there, so there's daily ranges and stuff. That's why we use the price range. So if price is doing about 1,000 to 2,000 points per week, right? So that was a very big expansion week, right? So let's use something like this. So we can see about 1,000. So price is about 1,000 to 2,000 on average, right? If we close here, and let's go for the extreme. Let's say price gets here, that's 500, right? And getting all the way down here is 1,000. So let's say that's what our week is gonna look like, something like this here. That's just with the price. So where could price trade to form the bottom wick? We have this fair value gap right here from this candle here, Monday 16th to Monday 30th. So we have these two weekly candles here, and we have this fair value gap. You see, if we trade to the fair value gap, even from the open of this or from the close, that's a weekly range right there. So if we're bearish for the week, then we could trade all the way down there. If we're bullish, which we are, we want price to trade down to the midpoint of the previous week. We also have a rejection block from here that we closed above. A retest of this rejection block could give us a reprice to the top side, giving us that 1,000-point range. So that's what I'm really looking for this week. I want to see how price opens. Once it opens, then we can map out our week. In terms of the news for the week, we only have FOMC on Wednesday. We got news on Thursday, and that's it. We've got Trump hosting the Israeli Prime Minister, so that could be a big one on Monday, so that's key. Past few weeks have been expanding, so this week might be a bit dodgy, and considering we don't have news on Monday and Tuesday, we could really only get expansion from like Wednesday going into Thursday, Friday. So, the week might be a bit slow, but let's see what happens. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. see how the 4 hour time frame looks a bit different. But what I can see here is, I'm not gonna put this in my charts going into the week, but I'm looking at this fair value gap right here. You know, if price can if price is looking to make the weekly range from right here, we can have the 4 hour time frame creating a Judas swing to then go up to the top side. You know, giving us that 1,000-point range for the week. So that's what I'll be looking for. So I'll be looking at, if we go to the daily time frame, you can see that it's an overlapping fair value gap as well. So yeah, we can have price trade all the way down here. You know, the midpoint of the fair value gap aligns with the rejection block, so that's a very strong area. We have a few things aligning with that area too. We have Wednesday low as well. You know, if you know what Wednesday is about, you know why we should be running that low too. All right. So I don't want to make this video too long. So that's where we're going to end the week. So we have the midpoint of the previous week as well. So, you know, if price starts to react, you know, so close to the rejection block. So if price starts to react after running out these lows, the Wednesday low, once price runs that low, that's when we start looking for our buys. But, you know, the rejection block is really how low we want price to get to, because that's the weekly PDRA, you know. So this is what I'm going to do. Take this off the week. Yeah. So for the week, that's what we really want. You know, we want price to come into this, you know, back to the rejection block, retest it. You know, eventually we're going to use the midpoint at 44,651 to go back up. You know, there's going to be a reaction on the way up, but on the way down, we want to see price trade below it and close back above, then we can start going up to the top side. All right, yeah. That's where I'm going to end this video now. You see, if price wants to, you know, do a madness, then we can get all the way up to the buy side. That's not bad as well. Price does move that range too, so, you know, we've got our buy side targets. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, pop. All right. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what other type of videos you want to see. Peace. I'm out.